In this video, I will show you how I went from being stuck in tutorial hell to finally making the characters that I want with just 1 hour a day. And not only did I get results for myself, but also I will show you how I got results for my students. Just a sec. Yep, for my students here in as little as 14 days, 20, 25. It's insane, bro. Yeah, without any further ado, just make the video full screen. Watch it on 2x if you have to, and let's dive in. The first thing that you need to do with your routine is you need to block out the time. Okay? And this is important. Why? When I was 20 years old, I was a Jerry. And this is the first sculpt that I ever made in my university. I remember it was our advanced modeling class, and we were experimenting with Mudbox, which is the tool that is ancient now. But yeah, this is the first character that I made. And back then, I did not have the graphic tablet with me. I was sculpting with the mouse, and I absolutely fell in love with the process of how it felt to sculpt. But I couldn't pursue this. This time was not a good time for me, bro. I was very depressed. I felt useless. I couldn't focus for more than 5 hours, and I thought, "Oh no, bro! I have ADHD. I have this disease, mental disease, bro. I can't focus." And I just felt absolutely useless because I couldn't focus on anything. And I had university assignments, and I thought that, bro, I don't have time. I can't learn sculpting. And I did try. Bro. I tried for more than 5 years to get into character sculpting, but I just could not. And the truth is, bro, I tried and gave up for more than 5 years, and I had weird addictions, let me tell you. So, the first addiction I had was social media. Literally every morning that I woke up, I would open up Facebook, scroll through all of my notifications, jump on Messenger, text my friends, send some reels, jump on Instagram, scroll the feed there, watch all the memes there, then jump to Snapchat, look at the chats there, and then I would loop back to Facebook, back to Messenger, back to Instagram, back to Snapchat, loop back again, and hours would pass, and I would be like, what just happened, bro? I would be doom scrolling on my phone, literally for hours. I was addicted to video games, so every day I would play for more than 4 or 5 hours every single day. And whenever we had game night with my boys, bro, it never ended. We had endless one more rounds. I remember my so the I think I won about 2 Fortnite battles in total, and my trick was literally just to camp in the bushes, hide in the bushes, move closer to the circle, and just pray to God that I can kill the last person who survives. That was my tactic of me and my friends. And my worst addiction of all, bro, I used to watch corn, a lot of corn. And let me tell you how I watched corn. I would open up the website, look at the thumbnails, download every video that I got appealed by from the thumbnail, literally download every of them, then spend hours skimming through the entire videos all while I was edging. I would watch the entire videos, and then I would delete the ones that I don't like, keep the ones that I like, and every time that I had this session, I would repeat the same process. Download new. I had GBs and GBs of content on my phone, and this is not something that I'm proud of. But this was one of my biggest addictions. Uh, on average, I would jerk off like 4 or 5 times a day. The most was 12. And yep, time flies by when you're. I just realized, bro, like, here's a tip, bro. Just let me tell you. If you play with this stick as much as you play with your own stick, you'll be an artist. Simple as that, bro. And this was my life, bro. Okay. I was a Jerry, and I was stuck in tutorial hell for over a year, and I thought, this is fine, bro. This is fine. So I wasn't in a good place, bro. Life was pretty random. I would have random bursts of motivation where I just randomly at 2 a.m. I would feel like sculpting. And I would feel like what a piece of shit I am, and I need to make a change, bro. And I would start sculpting. I would try to make some art, but the thing is, it wouldn't last long. And when I had these bursts of motivation, bro, my focus was insane. I would be focusing for like 3 or 4 hours straight, but it wouldn't last long. And I would burn out easily. Whenever I sat down to practice, I got distracted very easily. I would hear my phone go pating, and I have to check it. I have to check it. I was a slave to this. I was a slave to my habits, and I did not commit to sculpting because it was just so damn hard, bro. Anatomy, overwhelming terms. This instructor says something else. This instructor says something else, and it just overwhelmed me, bro. I bought so many anatomy books, so many courses. Nothing was working. But what I was doing instead, I was focusing on these low poly assets, these low poly cute thingies here. These characters, they are super easy to make. The only reason I was focusing on them was because it was easier. Sculpting was hard. When I tried making my favorite sculpts, bro, I showed you the first sculpt that I made, bro. It sucked. These were so easy. Some characters were box models. I would make these low poly assets. I would make these cool renders in Blender because that was pretty easy to do. But sculpting was something that I wanted to do. And throughout my university, bro, during the final year, we had to have like an internship. And that is where I also got my first job as a 3D artist. Let me tell you more about that. I was stuck in a 9 to 6 job. There was unpaid overtime, bro. Like literally, I had to work for more than 10 hours. It's just the way that it works in my country. You have to overtime no matter what. It's never a 9 to 6. It was an hour-long commute there, hour-long commute back. And when it was the weekend and it was the perfect time for me to practice, to learn something, I would slack. I would be like, nah, bro, I had a rough week. Let me just blow some steam. Let me jerk off, bro. Let me play some video games. And I wouldn't do it. But whenever my boss asked me to come on Saturday, I would still go there. And my life was miserable, man. Like it was so random. I had these big ambitions that I want to be a character artist. I want to make my favorite characters, but I literally could not see myself doing it. And it was a very bad place to be in. The internship was extremely underpaid, bro. Like I was paid $75 a month for being a 3D artist as an intern. And then I got promoted the next month on 220 a month. I was a 3D generalist there. Literally, my degree had helped me a bit, but I knew more than the people who were experienced in my field, and it was insane, bro. Like I was like a 3D journalist there, and I just realized, bro, I cannot live like this. It was hell, bro. It was literally hell, bro. Where I wanted to do these things, but I couldn't. I did not understand. But fortunately, things did get better. I got introduced to this book, Atomic Habits. I wasn't a fan of reading, but this book, like, just really resonated with me. And when I read this book, I started to understand my habits. I started to understand these patterns that I was following and why was I following into them. I started to understand the psychology of why these things are happening to me. Why am I addicted to these things? And I also became aware of how these industries who have spent billions of dollars, social media, video games, porn, these big industries, how have they tapped into your mind to make you a slave of them? And how do they use your own mind against you? I started to understand these patterns, bro. And from the book, the biggest takeaway that I took was I just need to practice Blender for 1 hour a day. And that is what I started to do. So before my shit job started, bro, 9 to 6, I got up at 5 a.m. and every day I would just dedicate 1 hour of Blender. And after this book, I got addicted to reading because it was so empowering to understand how my brain functioned and how can I take back control of my life. Also, a big influence in my life has been these people. So Tate Hamza and Andrew Huberman, bro. I don't agree with everything that they used to say, but bro, their teaching on mental resilience, on being a high achiever, it is insane, bro. Like, thank you to these two guys, and thank you to Dr. Huberman, who have helped me find this masculinity and this purpose. And yeah, seriously, if it wasn't for these people, you wouldn't have been watching this video. Okay. And because of the improvements that I made, bro, I quit my job. I 10x'd my income from $200 to $2,000 a month. I became a top creative freelancer on Upwork. I had 6+ years as a 3D journalist in a mobile game company, and I've worked on more than 200 projects. It was insane, bro. But all this time, I still couldn't learn sculpting. I tried and gave up multiple times, bro. I wasted hundreds of dollars on courses and books. I was just completely overwhelmed, bro. Anatomy was something that was made so difficult. Like, name of the bones and the muscles, and I just realized, bro, like there's no other way. Like I have to do this. I have to do it. If this is what I'm passionate about, I have to do this. And that is where I just thought that, okay, I should just dedicate 1 hour to sculpting every day without caring about the results. I don't care, bro. If someone says block out, I'll block out. If someone says do freestyle, I'll freestyle. If someone says anatomy is important, I'll try learning anatomy. I'll do everything that I need because that is how passionate I was with characters and with the things that I have achieved. I had more confidence. I was more confident, and I just realized, bro, I don't care, bro. I'm gonna get these results. And just like Billy said, I scorched earth. Yeah, I just promised myself that I'm gonna commit 1 hour every day, and I'm just gonna judge whatever result I get after a year. And then what happened was I would wake up every day, try learning sculpting, and my method wasn't really right. Okay, I would open up Pinterest, download a reference, try making that, try opening a random tutorial, try following a course, but then giving up eventually. And yeah, like every day I was still sculpting. I felt productive, but I wasn't being productive. I had spent hours and hours and hours trying to sculpt, but I wasn't seeing real improvement. And that is when I realized there's something wrong. And then that brings me to my point number 2. So point number 2 is knowing what to practice. So the first thing is that you block out that time. The second thing you need to do is knowing what you want to practice. I had bought multiple courses by now, spent hundreds of dollars. And the way that I would practice is I would practice one video every day for maybe 1 hour a day. And sometimes even when I did not get results, I would skip forward. I would skip forward to the next video. I would make a promise. Yeah, bro, I promise. Like once I complete the course, I'm going to come back. I promise. I knew I suck at the nose. I was like, no, bro, let me just make the eyes, the mouth, and then I'll come back to the nose. I promise. Let me complete the course once, and then I'll come back. I promise. And that never, ever happened. And let me give you an analogy. Imagine that there's a leaky bucket, okay? And then appears a wild Jerry. A wild Jerry appears with his brain in his ass. This was me, bro, by the way. And what a wild Jerry does is he sees that bucket and then he randomly slaps all of these bandages, hoping that one of them would fix them. I'm Jerry with my brain in the ass. So he just slaps these random buckets. But then comes a wild Da Vinci. A wild Da Vinci comes to the scene and then he analyzes this bucket. He says, oh, this is where the hole is. And then he, boom, one slap, and that bucket is fixed. He knows exactly where to target. So when you know when to practice, it basically just allows you to show up. It tells you what time you have to practice and helps you find time in a busy routine. No matter what your routine is, bro, knowing that this is the time that I have to practice will allow you to show up. And this feels productive. But knowing the what is what will get you results. You know when to practice. But you could practice anything in the world, bro. You could, I don't know, for 1 hour every day, just scroll on Pinterest, try random references and still not get results. But when you know exactly what to practice, that is how you get results. This is what is going to delay or quicken your progress. I swear, even by 10x, I will show you. This allows you to perform regardless of the mood, bro. So what happened a lot of times is I used to get up, bro. And then I had this brain fog. I would scroll on Pinterest and boom, that motivation is gone because I just do not know what to do. But when you know what to practice, you just have to get up, execute, boom, done, get it out of the way. This is how you be productive. Okay. So in a way, when is like the car that you are driving, and a car is useless if you don't know where you're going, and what is like the map, it's like the destination. So when you do not have the when in order, this is what you do. This is your life. You start here, you find a random tutorial, you go back, you find another random tutorial, you find a course, complete one video, go back, find another video, and then you feel like, oh, this is not working, and then you find an anatomy book, another tutorial, a tip that you found online, trying something else, something this, something here, and someone tells you, no, bro, memorize name of the bones and the muscles, and then you go back years in your progress, you waste all that time because now you're memorizing things like a doctor, like you're not an artist, like you're a doctor. And this is what happens when you know exactly what and when to practice. You just know the next step and boom, boom, boom. Within a few steps, you're there at your destination. The way that it worked for me, I had to set some rules. And here are the rules that I set for myself. Okay, I set the rule that I cannot proceed to the next video until I get results similar to the instructor. So unless I can get results that are 80-90% accurate to what I can see on the screen, I will not move forward. I will not make myself and break that promise where, oh, bro, let me skip forward and I'll come back to the video again. No. That's not happening, bro. You're not moving to the next video until you get results. The second thing that I made a rule is that I will practice with intention. I won't be a retard where I open a random reference, download it, try things, and then after a month I'll be like, oh, what happened, bro? Like, why am I not seeing results? And I just realized, bro, that I have to practice with intention. If I know I suck at the nose, I will practice just the nose, no matter how much of a pain in the ass that is. That's the thing, bro. I will practice areas that I feel most uncomfortable with. The reason that you feel uncomfortable with those areas is because you suck. And you don't want yourself to admit that you suck. So you practice other things that make you feel better, that you can do better, but that doesn't work that way. The things that you are avoiding is the thing that you need to do. And lastly is that I have to decide what I need to do the night prior. So when I know that tomorrow is my sculpting practice, I know exactly what I have to practice the night prior. And I do this till this date. So you can see that I know I wrote this last night that I have to record this video. I have to sculpt the Beast Titan. After I record this video, I have to record the blender shot. I know exactly what I need to do. And now I'm up. It's 7 a.m. and I just have to execute. It's really, really that easy. These things, they felt longer in the short term where I'm watching that video on repeat, trying things on repeat. But I promise this will be quicker in the long term. They were so much quicker in the long term. Where I was stuck into total hell for 5 years, in 5 days, I got out of that. And it just get addicting. So let me show you what happened when I started to follow these rules. And I prepared my pure FA. So this is the time where I was stuck. You can see for 5 years, bro, I was doing random shit. I was doing random stuff. Just because sculpting was so hard. And when I started practicing deliberately, you can see that I would focus on one area that I need to improve every day and focus on just that. Here's another example. So you see, I was lighting my scenes up till here and I just realized, bro, like lighting is something that is taking up my time, but it does not objectively help me sculpt better. So I stopped lighting after that. I did not light my sculpts after this. And you can see the kind of results that I was getting. In 2024, I got really much better. But 2025 was when I really, really shined. Okay. And I have a very important note here is that please do not compare my level 50 to your level 1. So a lot of people, what they do is that they look here, wow, Ishaq, you can sculpt all of these things and I don't feel like I can. Or your favorite artist, you look at their work and then you feel demotivated. The reason that happens, bro, is because you're comparing your level 1 to someone else is level 50. Let me show you this, bro. This is the reality. This is where I was. This is where you are right now. And just because you're comparing your results here, you feel like this isn't for you. But I promise you, bro, this is so easy. Okay? I was stuck here for 5 years. No one shows you these things. But I want to show you because this is part of the journey. This is the thing that people hide. This is the thing that demotivated me. When I saw my favorite artist, I thought that this is a level that I can never attain, bro. I can never attain this. But now I am super happy of the things that I create. Super, super happy. And also I'm very proud of the results that I'm getting my students. So you can see, bro, literally 9 days, 32 days, 15 days, 22 days. All of this is when you have the right mindset, when you have the right approach, these things are possible. The course is free, by the way. You can check it out at the link in the description. And yeah, let me minimize this. So, bro, you'll be wondering, like, how do you get results? How can you implement all of this? So I wrote down some points for you. The first thing that you need to do, bro, is you need to be accountable. Realize that if sculpting is something that you are passionate about, no one else is going to come and do this for you. No one else woke up as Ishaq with the responsibility of making my life better. No one does it. You're the only person. You can do this. All you have to do is to block out 1 hour every day. And make sure that you are not distracted. Make sure that your phone doesn't go putting. Turn off the notifications. Turn off the Wi-Fi. It's not going to be the end of the world. A lot of people say, oh, but Ishaq, what happens if an emergency happens? But let me tell you, bro, if there's an emergency, no one is going to text you. What the hell, bro? No one's going to text you when there's an emergency. They will call you. If they call you and you don't pick up or your Wi-Fi is off, they're going to call you on the SIM. If you don't pick up on the phone, they're going to ask someone who lives with you and be like, hey, can you put Ishaq on the phone? So whatever's urgent will reach you. Nothing is as urgent. Nothing is worth compromising your focus for. So turn off your notifications, turn off your Wi-Fi. Do not allow yourself to be distracted when you are learning something, when you are practicing. And here's the life hack, bro. A life hack is get up early. Like I got up early to record this video because I know there's not going to be any distractions. After this video, I will be sculpting the Beast Titan and there will still be no distractions. So wake up early. Whatever time you wake up 1 hour early. You can do this for yourself. You spend hours, like I showed you, bro. I had the time. I just did not realize. I was scrolling on social media. I was watching porn. I was playing video games. All I have to do is to be accountable and make the time myself. You don't have to add time to sculpt on top of all of that you're doing. You have to remove the bullshit that you are doing and integrate sculpting somewhere in between. So I would recommend, bro, block out the time, remove distractions, and get up early. Get up early is where you are the most fresh. This deserves a separate video on its own. Comment down if you would like me to make that video. And third step is stop relying on motivation, bro. Motivation is a myth. Like, you still go to your job whether you feel like it or you don't. You went to school whether you felt like it or you didn't. You learned biology, mathematics, all that shit you didn't want to learn, whether you were motivated or you're not. Why is it that the only time you seek motivation is when it's time to work on something that you are passionate about? So stop being a Jerry, bro, and start being accountable. Rely on discipline. Get up every day, whether you feel like it or you don't. What your brain does right now is your brain convinces you to do nothing. Your brain is literally not on your own side because of all of the frying that you have done by these filthy habits. So stop doing that. Stop relying on motivation. Motivation does not exist. Start practicing discipline. And I promise you, once you get the taste of it, once you get a bit pleasure, it's going to become addicting. The fourth tip that I have for you is write down the tasks for tomorrow the night before, so that when you wake up, you have absolute clarity on what you have to do. You won't sit down and then wonder, what do I practice, bro? And yeah, you won't have brain fog. So write it down, get it done. And lastly, practice deliberately. Don't practice anything that comes to your mind. Don't follow random tutorials. Don't follow random courses. Don't download random references, then try sculpting everything. Realize the area that you suck at. And here's a tip. Whatever is it that you're avoiding is what you need to do. And if you need a step-by-step program that is absolutely free, you can check out my 1-month head sculpting challenge, linked in the description. It's non-medical, step-by-step, 100% free. And if you need my personal help in helping you achieve results, you can book a call with me. I only have 6 slots left. So yeah, don't let this opportunity pass by, bro. You get one-on-one support, and there's also a guarantee that you will get results in 3 months. I'm that confident that this works. All right, so that was it for this video. I'll see you around. Here's the fist bump. Goodbye.